Hello there, everyone. This is SoulServer17 here, and let me first, as usual, I did not own this picture. This is not a paid video. Alright, okay. So, here's the thing. Schoolwork has been a pain in the butt. I have not been able to make any what ifs because I have to do some things. I have to do a lot of research, put a lot of my time into my college work, and it's just been a pain in the butt. But as soon as my vacation break hits, I may be able to make my what ifs. Alright? Still not gonna deny where I'm gonna make my what ifs whenever I can. So yeah, but anyways, another thing is, Issei, Naruto are gonna get huge power ups, Naruto included. I already gave him the Rena Sharingan. Basically, it's one eye's Renegon, another eye's Sharingan. I gave him Susanoo, Kamui, um, Amaterasu. I believe I gave him the. Yeah, I think I did. And not that it's just a Renegon or something. Forget. But I am gonna have Naruto get something, and it is going to be very, very different and very, very weird. I'm saying because Naruto can corrupt. It's gonna be like something what happened to Rias, but instead of what she has, if you guys know what I'm talking about, where she went freaking crazy and was all angry, didn't care about destroying stuff, then you guys are gonna find it pretty cool. Maybe not. I was thinking about it and I thought, why not do it since it's a what if? So yeah. And Issei, I'm gonna have him get two major power boosts, and I'm not gonna have half of his life being taken away. I'm not gonna have Issei have that problem. So yeah. But anyways, um, some scenes from that pool scene's not gonna happen, and I hope you guys understand that. I'm not. It was hard for me to even watch the anime a little bit because I just kept on having to stop and laugh at it, and I couldn't take it seriously. So I'm not gonna remember much of it from it probably, which I will probably have to go back and watch a video with this. But I don't think I will have to. I remember a lot of it, but I just probably make up my own scenes so I can further make more of these videos. Because I think the whole entire high school DXD is over. So yeah. But anyways, this is What If Naruto Was in High School DXD, Part 4. Alright. So, as we all know, Naruto helped defeat Coco Bell. He also gained basically a sword, which is the Mamuse Blade, who is also a piece of Excalibur, which I'm having a talk. Also, Naruto has basically went back home, told every one of the girls that he's gonna be making a forge and it's gonna be done in 2 days, and he's gonna learn everything about how to forge weapons. And this is a key thing, the reason why I am doing what I'm doing is so that way I can make these two weapons Naruto has, besides his Mamuse blade, be very, very powerful and very, very dangerous. Alright, everyone? Hope you all understand that. Because this is going to be a stupid broken Naruto. Like, stupidly broken. He's gonna break everything. I mean, I already made him be able to break everything. Also, people have been asking me, can Naruto transform into a full-on Ninetales? Yes, he can. I just will not have him do that unless he goes to something bigger like a dragon. Even then, he can still grow bigger than a dragon. And in this part, I may have the tail beasts all come into play, and I'm only going to call them by names if I know them. I will not call any one of them besides their tail names, like first one, like 1 tail, 2 tail, 3 tail, 4 tail. Alright, but that's going to probably be in this part or the next part. Alright. Okay. So. Yep. Okay. Let's just get into this now. Alright. So, as Naruto is looking for an area to start the forge building, to sort of just build his forge, as Mira comes over. Yeah, Mira comes over and asks him, do you need to read anything about how to forge? Because we do have extensive knowledge of forging tools and equipment that you may need. Which Naruto looks at her and goes like, wait, really? I thought Razor would have had you all be pampering him or anything. She goes, oh, he did. It's just most of us in our free time read. Some of us know, there was even some books about them and forging. Believe it or not, it was like, huh. I wonder if I can go back home to the Grumry house to see if there's any then. Or to the library. We need a computer in here. And Mirror just goes like, what? He goes, yeah, we need a computer, or at least some Wi-Fi signal. You have to try to hook that up then. So Naruto starts doing hand signs, and he says Moti Shadow Clone Jutsu. And so he just says to each one of the Shadow Clones a key thing that they need to do. One of them needs to find a place for a antenna for the Wi-Fi to be connected to. Another one has to basically find an area for the forge. Another one has to go to the library and look up equipment or tools needed to build a forge and how to do it. And another one could just go shopping. Alright. And that's what happens. Like, he helps the clone out who's, finding the area for the forge. And they find one. It's right. It's not next to the house, but it's next to the water. I did say there was like a stream. So basically, they're thinking a good location would be is they actually have an area where the water will come into, and then they can block it off and make an area for the forge to be quelled into. Not the forge, the sword to be quelled into. Basically, I do not know forge in terms, but basically they put the metal sword that's hot into the water, and it just starts sizzling. Because of the heat and water and everything else. Alright, guys. I'm not an expert on this. I'm not an expert. I may sound smart, but I'm not. I'm sorry. You can tell I'm happy I'm doing these what ifs. It's more like I can be myself a little bit and just enjoy it. But anyways, so they, even though it's around nighttime, they just start digging. And the water starts to come through. And that's when, the library that Naruto knows about is always open. Because he's allowed to go in there because he did a couple of things while he's been around the whole entire area where the devil's area is. So, yeah. And plus, the Shadow Clone was able to read everything really quickly. Even though Naruto he thinks he had knowledge on it, he just wants to make sure he had it. Because it seemed like he had a feeling, something about something he knew, but he wasn't too sure. And he was like, oh, because the Shadow Clone disappeared, and he goes like, huh, I guess I did already have this knowledge. Cool. He just says. And after, the whole entire area for the setup for basically the forge is going to be made, Naruto just makes the Shadow Clone disappear that's right in front of him, and then the one that was looking for an antenna for the Wi-Fi comes over and says he found a perfect spot for it. As they go nearer to the area, and he basically put a X with his hand into it on the ground, and he was like, huh, this is perfect. Then we just had to make how can I say this right? An area for this just to even be able to connect to. It was in basically, they're gonna try to have to set a wire over to somewhere, into the system for the Wi-Fi, and then just basically connect to that way. But yeah. But anyways, so after that, Naruto just goes like everyone's already asleep. He just gets ready. He just takes a shower and goes in bed. And when he wakes up, everyone was already ready. Everyone was up. Someone ready to start cooking. Some and Miha said, Naruto, can you wake up, please? You're gonna be late. As Naruto goes like, oh, what time is it? She says it's 7:20. He was like, oh, freak, thanks. So he gets dressed real quick. He runs over. He sees the breakfast. He basically says, thank you to whoever made it, and Burnett says, you're welcome, and he just starts eating. Everyone's already doing the cleaning and everything else. And after he gets done eating, he does say to them, he does ask for everyone, are you guys, happy to be here, working for me? They just all, because he actually called them all over, and he just asked that real quick. He just wanted to make sure, as they all just nod their head, yes, he's a very kind person. He doesn't mind what they do, and he gives them freedom and no rules. It's kind of weird to them still, but they get used to it. He says, all right, if you guys need anything, just text me. You guys have my numbers. My number. I think I gave you guys a phone. Yeah, I probably did. As they all say, yes, you did, Naruto. Now get going. As he says, all right, thanks, girls, and he just leaves. So, after a few minutes, after only like 5 minutes of him just running, he gets over to the school, and he just sighs in relief. He goes like, whew, I forget sometimes. I'm more faster than most people now. And Naruto just starts walking into the front gate, as then he sees 3 people. Akano, Koneko, and Rias. Koneko, yeah, I said Koneko all the time now. Koneko, runs over and hugs Naruto, which most of the guys see. And then, like, this is their fan, her fan club of guys, seeing this, and they just, like, clenching their fist, as then, Akano, fan club, to see her, like, walking over, as they, like, no, as then she just hugs his arm, and they just start walking. And then Naruto looks at Rias and he goes like, so, do you really think I was weak? And she just says, Naruto, you're over cocky. He was like, yeah, and I just realized something. She goes, what? You guys made me hold back on by accident. And they go, wait, what? He goes like, no, nothing. Well, Rias said that, not Kaneko and Akano. But Rias does like go over and says, oh yeah, for your, battle, you deserve something. He goes like, what? A kiss? And she just smiles and kisses him on the lips, which everyone's shocked, including Naruto, but not Kaneko and Rias, because she already talked to them about this. So let's do a little like rewind, and well, okay, so Akano brings up, says, Rias, are you fine? Rias just says, yes, I am actually. It's nothing. And then Kaneko just says, it's Naruto, isn't it? And she goes, no, it's... And then, Akano says, just tell us. It goes like, fine, alright, it is about Naruto. I want to thank him, but it doesn't seem like a thank you is good enough. I want to give him something that he may enjoy, he'll like. And then Akano just has her usual smile. That smile that has brought up a lot of problems for Issei. she just says, "How about you give him a kiss?" At which Reese's face goes red, and Kanako just says, "Well, I mean, he did like you. He probably still does. If he goes red in the face, then and he starts stuttering, then maybe he still likes you." Well, she's just smiling, and Reese is just going, "Kanako, Akano, what, what?" And he goes, So basically, they just pressure her into doing it. So basically, let's go back to the present. She lets go, and well, she pulls away from Naruto's face, as Naruto's eyes are widened, and he just says, "Rias, why?" As his face is bright red, and Kanako and Akano are just smiling. And then then Akano does it the same thing to Naruto, which everyone's even shocked, and then Kanako. And it's like, what? Like, all the guys saying, what? And then Naruto just, like, all of a sudden, his brain goes overload, and steam's coming off of him, and then, boom, he just falls over. He just passed out. He couldn't handle what just happened. As Agano Konako was laughing, Rias was like worried, so she, basically just had Naruto run over and picks up his head up, and Agano just says, "It looks like our Naruto couldn't handle three girls like him all and getting kissed all at once," and Konako just saying, "Yeah, it's fun now," which Rias does have a slight grin, which Issei was coming in when he saw that. And guess what? And Issei just says, "That's my best friend." That's all he just says. But he runs over as soon as Naruto, passed out because of shock, and just asks if he's all right. Ria says, "Yeah, he just passed out," and he just says, "But still, you girls planned that, didn't you?" And Ria just says, "No, those two made me kiss Naruto. Well, pressure me into it, and then they just kissed him." And he goes, "Well, it's whatever. Naruto deserved it after what he did." So they take him to the nurse's office. They tell the teacher what happens. The teacher says, "All right," and Naruto just stays there. He stays there for a while, and then when he wakes up, it's during the lunch break, and he just says, "Ah, my head hurts." And then he hears Muramasa saying, "Of course, you were kissed by three girls. You couldn't handle that." That was a quite surprise. He was like, "Yeah, I was off guard from that." As then he hears two voices. One, it sounds like a, a girl that's somewhat kind and very to the point, and then another one, very sadistic and just knows that he can get troubled. And he goes like, "Oh, great. Kanako, Akano, what are you two here?" As then he does pull the curtain, and he sees both of them. And they're in clothing, don't worry. As they just say, "We just came by and see how you are." Akano says. He goes like, "Yeah, sure." "Oh yes, you told Rias to kiss me. And did you like it?" He goes like, "Yeah." God, you too. And basically Naruto just smiled at saying that. And they just smile. He was like, "Oh yeah, you gonna tell Issei about the whole entire half thing going on with you, Akano?" Which she stops smiling and looks down, and she looks upset. Which Naruto says to himself, "Crap, idiot, freak, freak, freak." And Akano already knows what Naruto was thinking, and she goes, "Don't worry, it's not your fault. I you are the only one that ever accepted it, which was the reason why I like you so much, Naruto. And Konako says, yeah, same thing with me. You accepted me for what I was, and you said you'll be there to stop me if I lose control. As Naruto says, now I can. And you go like, how? I was like, oh, easy. As he just releases bloodlust and killer intent, and they're having a hard time breathing. He just says, I am the embodiment, the embodiment of hatred. Remember, if you ever heard about the nine-tailed fox, that's what it is stand like. That's what people called it. And then basically he pulls all that bloodlust and killer type back inside of him, which let's just say the two girls were terrified and very much in love of him. They were terrified that he had all that sealed inside of him, and but they love him, so they just go over to him and just hug him and just saying, we're afraid that you've been hiding that from us all this time, but we love you for it. Well, that's what Akano says. Kanako just says, yeah, I love you no matter what. She goes, so since everyone in the school saw that kissing scene, am I dating all three of you girls? Which Rias walks in, like, opens up the door, and she heard that. She just, closes it, walks over to Naruto, which Kanako, Akano, and Rias just say all exactly the same time, yes. Which Naruto just goes, nice. Well, I need to stretch out my tails and my ears, so you mind? As Kanako and Akano just let go of him, as he just ears pop out and tails. He just says, "Oh yeah, I need to tell you something about the yokai that are the night, are foxes." And you're like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, back in, well, the old days, the time of the ninjas, the ninja world, basically, there was these things called summoning jutsus where we summon out animals. Basically, there was contracts that you made with them." But nowadays, those ways have been forgotten from time, which the summons had to, well, become something else. Yokais. And there was a summon contract, as Naruto, bites his finger and starts doing the hand signs, and summons out the contract for the fox, to summon out foxes. As he says this, like something like this. This is the contract for the fox. Anything, you can summon for 1 all the way to 9. The 9 being me. And 1 being, let's say, like a scout. Another one could be a healer. Another one can gather intel. Another one could be sensory. A whole bunch of different foxes, all the way up to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As they're just nodding. It goes like, so then Rhea says, so that means the nine-tailed fox that is female. As Naruto goes, yeah, her. She technically is my great 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 granddaughter ish. I mean, it's from the Kurama side. Yeah, so they had to always be a nine-tail. So yeah. So after he left, he must have had a kid or something. Wait, hold on. As Naruto closes his eyes as he goes through Kurama's memory. He was like, yeah, Kurama had a kid. Yeah, so that means that is my great 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 granddaughter. Which Akano, Rias, and Konako are in shock. He goes, yeah, I just remembered that. Memories sometimes flood my head, and I can't tell which are mine, so it's kind of hard to figure it all out, As they nod, they understand. So they just say, so basically, she has a daughter, and goes like, oh great, another granddaughter. Ugh. And I have like two granddaughters I gotta get in contact with someday. Which Rias just laughs. And she walks over. She basically just starts. She sits on Naruto's lap and she's hugging him, while Akano and Kaneko are just hugging his arm and just saying, "Well, we'll stay by your side. We don't care. You are Naruto. You're not Kurama. You're just Naruto to us." He goes like, "I know, but still, it's weird knowing you had another life. You have memories of another life, and most of it's trapped inside somebody's freaking and trapped inside a seal, which was pissing me off really." Ugh. And they hear that, so they ask. He goes like a ninja, a jutsu, basically a sealing jutsu. They sealed away me into somebody at the time, and only was it Uzumaki, which my mother, Kushina Uzumaki, was basically gonna die because of I was ripped out of her. Not me, the nine-tailed fox side of me, Kurama, as all three of them do not to that. So she would have died no matter what. And my dad died to save the village, and and what? As Naruto's clutching his, he basically ripped his arms out. Kaneko and Akano's like, them just hugging him. He's basically holding his head. He just starts saying, "What's happening?" As all these flood of memories are coming to him. He's just screaming it out in pain. He just says, "Ah, what the?" As he just sees, if Obito did not interfere, what his life would have been. It is hitting him all at once. The neglect, the abuse of the villagers, the hatred of them, going to the academy, failing multiple times. Aruka, him accepting him treating like a brother. Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi. He's seeing it all unfold in a matter of seconds. And finally, he sees what would have happened as his adult life to the very end. And this was him, and he was sweating because of this. And then he goes, memories that, and Ria's dig off his lap, and they all are looking at him. They try to, ask him what's wrong, and he couldn't say nothing. He was just screaming out in pain. And then the Sage of Six Paths appears. As they see him, he goes, "Hey, Gramps." Wait, he says, "Hey, Dad." "What's up?" He goes, "So, you finally remembered. Or should I say, you finally saw your life before everything happened to you, before someone tried to interfere with your destiny." And Naruto goes, "Yeah. So, I would have lived a life of neglect, pain, suffering, then acceptance, and gaining a rival, and falling for a girl who would never love me, and ended up dating, in the end, the girl who obsessed over me and stalked me. So, and having my own child, and, well, dying to protect everyone, including him." In which she says, "Yes, that is true, Naruto." As Rias, Kaneko, and Akano are all confused, so Naruto just look at him, and then he activates the Rinnegan, and he puts him under a Genjutsu, which he shows everyone. I mean, he shows them his life beat if it would have happened, if he would have, just been regular Naruto. as they just see it as they are mad, and they say if we were there, we would have loved you no matter what, and we would have made sure those villagers would have paid, as Akano says 10 times over. Kaneko just says no, 20. Ryusu says, girls, we all know, as they not only say 1,000 times than they could ever imagine. As Naruto just gulps and says, I need to never piss them off. I do not want to be on their side. As the sage just past thinks that too. So, he just says, how's your training with your, Ren and Sharingan? He was like, pretty good. I can get at least the ribcage and arm of the Susanoo. Amaterasu was kind of easy, along with Kamui, but and then the teleportation just basically broken. Switching places. And he nods in agreement. He goes like, well, I just wanted to tell you that that was going to be your future for you, but someone interfered and I could not allow it. He goes, yeah, they messed up. They messed up big time? As he just slaps at that, and he says, yes, they did. And so Sage's six pass leaves. So the rest, so Naruto, goes to lunch. He eats real quick. Then he goes to class. Issei asks if he's all right. Asuna, hold on, everyone. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. That was just my other phone, the one I use for work job. But yeah, so Asia, asked if what happened. He just explained to her what happened, which she was like, oh my, he was like, yeah, I know, I was off guard from that. And she does though ask him about how was his wounds from. He goes like, oh, they're healed, nothing too bad. I'm 10 times, actually, I'm a lot more. Well, I don't want to say anyone's weak here. As he looks at Issei, which Issei kind of gets a little irritated at that. He goes like, but I'm a lot more stronger. Body's way more durable, as he says that. And every guy in the room looks at him. And he goes, what? You mad that I got 3 girls dating me? Which the girls look at him and he goes like, ladies, look, I did nothing. I did not ask them to fall in love with me, nor did I knew they were going to do that to me. So, I knew 2 of them liked me, but I did not expect a 3rd one just to come out of nowhere, kiss me, and then I can proceed to get kissed by 2 more girls. As they do say, yeah, but you're... He goes, if you guys say I'm a perv, sorry, no. Go look at those 2 over as he points to Issei's old friends. As he just says, I don't do that. So, yeah. As he sits down, and all the girls are thinking, okay, we're jerks to him. He didn't, they can tell. They know Naruto's not like that. But just because of he got kissed by 3 girls all at once, they judged that, and the guys are just mad at him. So yeah. Anyways, the day goes by, and at the cult club, which I finally remember the name, Xavier. Hey, wait, hold on. Just need to make sure. Zenobia joins them, and everyone, same thing happens. Naruto's just there because he had to talk to Rias and Akano and, well, and Kaneko about their relationship. So, he heard about her joining, and the whole time thing, her, doubting herself and everything else happens. And Naruto just says, look, you chose your path, deal with it. Alright? just focus on the here and now. Just because God is dead doesn't mean anything. Honestly. I mean, that's kind of a, well, that's kind of a thing, so just deal with it. That's all I'm gonna say to you. I had to talk to these three girls. As well, then Konako, well, not Konako, as Rias says, I can't. No, wait, no, not that doesn't happen. Not yet, not yet. But Rias just says, really? He was like, yeah, I need to talk to you, Konako, and well, and Akano about us. All right, as everyone's confused. No, Exovi. Hold on. As Zenobia is confused, and Akandra says, "Oh, we three girls, that he needs to talk to are well. So we just started dating today." And he just says, "Yeah, I was bombarded by all three of them and kissing, so I kind of had no choice in the matter, and I couldn't choose anyways because I like all three of them. So it kind of works out for me." So everyone's just clapping, really, as Naruto says, "Wow, so no one's gonna freak out." And next thing you know, Zex. Hold on, I need to remember the name. Okay, so I already said Zex, Vanillina, Zoltix, and Graphia, and Tsubaki, and Sona all walk in. Because, well, let's just say, Tsubaki and Sona called up and told them what happened to Naruto to Gravia, and well, Zex already knew about it, so he called up his parents, which, well, they all congratulate Naruto, and he just says, and he goes, "Oh my god, this is embarrassing," and everyone just started laughing when he said that, which Naruto just faces red. And then he kind of just like says, "All right, so and well, Rias just says, you guys aren't mad." Zack just says he's perfectly fine with it. Vanilla, wait, hold on. Okay, Vanilla and Zoltix all just say congratulations, and they do explain Naruto technically isn't related to them just by name. That's all. So it doesn't matter. Besides, as soon as they hit a legal age, he's technically not. He technically doesn't have to be a part of the family no more. And Naruto just says, "Yeah, technically I am the most powerful being. Well, one of the most powerful being on this planet, and in hell, and probably heaven." As he just smiles at that, which Rias just says, "Just because you think you're powerful doesn't mean you're cocky." As then they hear Mamu say, just says, "Trust me, if my partner was cocky, I would never have chosen him." He goes, "Thanks, partner." He goes, "No problem." As Naruto does get a call, he goes like, "Oh, hold on." He goes, "Yeah, what is it? What is it? You, you Belluna?" As they just said the forge is already made. He goes like, "Huh? It's only 1.5 day. Cool. I guess those shadow clones did help you guys." And they nod. I mean, well, not she. Well, she says yes, not nod. I mean, and so he just says, "All right, I'll be home soon. I just have to do something. I just have to talk to some people about this situation I'm in." They said, "No problem, Naruto. We'll be waiting." And so then Reese goes like, "Oh yeah, how do you like? Are they? How are they with you?" Like, "Oh, they're perfectly fine." He already hung up, so he says that. Just says they enjoy my company and I enjoy theirs. And don't worry, they don't have any feelings towards me. I don't think. Oh god, that'd be weird. I don't want that. As he's just thinking about it, he goes like, "No!" He just has a scenario in his head, and it's just basically all the girls are crowded around him. He's basically trying to get away, and they're just chasing him around. He was like, no, no, no. He's just saying that in his head. Just saying, no, I do not need that. And then Ray says, are you? He goes like, no. I just imagine something horrible, as he just like, tells them, and they just say, and basically Ryu's Akano and Kaneko just says, you're mine. Actually, no, they say you're ours. And he was like, I know. Just those girls, I did not want them to, fall for me either. And I think they already have crushes. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what they do while I'm not, at home. So, um, anyways, everyone, most everyone leaves besides, Zex, Griffia, Zoltix, and Vanellana. Yeah. So, as he just says, okay, girls, I have two rules in this relationship. One, you don't get jealous over each other. I can treat you all equally. I can make Shaw clones. Also, I can turn into a fox. So, there's that. Just want to point that out. Two, the second rule. We be honest with each other, okay? Don't lie. If it's something private, we don't want someone else to know. Just let everyone have time to tell them, okay? Just think about how you want everything to go down, and that's it. That's all I want. Oh, yeah, third one. I'm waiting till I am about 18. Then, like, wait, what? He was like 18 years old. Waiting. Or at least until I'm done with high school. Actually, it doesn't even matter. I'm technically immortal, so I can come back to life after 10 years if I die. Which they were like, wait, what? And he was like, yeah, that's the funny thing. When I die, I'll come back to life in 10 years. I'll just become back to pure chakra. I was like, lucky you. He was like, yeah, pretty much. But hey, you know, whatever. So yeah, after that, Naruto, they all agreed to it. And they just kiss him on the cheek, and his face is just red. He was all right. I'll see you girls tomorrow, maybe. Um, I don't know. So he leaves, and yeah. So he sees the forge, and Naruto just he's inspecting it. He says, "Not bad, not bad. We already got everything here." So he just calls out everyone. He asks, Lenentina, like, okay, I think that's it. H. Give me a minute. I need to double check if I got it. Okay, so he asks Lee and Nell and Carla Mean if they basically have ever worked in a forge or they could help out. And they also we can try, and so they asked why. He was like, well, I need to get some materials for this. So as he says, but first I have to sketch out the sword the way I want it. This is gonna be difficult. So they just ask what type of sword does he want. He says, no, just like Muramasa, a katana. Just basically one though that has elementals. Wait, I need to double check to see if what someone says something about the swords. Give me a minute. Alright. So the swords are gonna be one of ice and one of fire. I just like that combination. And it's gonna be also Muramasa is gonna be a part of it. So basically he's gonna have a three sword style. And he doesn't know how he's gonna do this, and he doesn't know what material he's gonna use. So he has to do all this research, and ask Zex if he knows any materials from hell, if he can never use them, or down the world, hell/underworld, if he could. As Zelena just says like she can like get in contact with some of the people, from their old household, if he wants. And he says that would be great, but I don't want to cause trouble for you girls. So you don't have to do that if you don't want to. As she nods and says, "Do not worry, it's not no trouble at all." So yeah, so after that, just drawing out how he wants his sword, and he wants his sword just like a regular katana, but he wants the blade itself to have a pattern of like snow or ice coming off of it, along with like the same thing with the sword that has fire. But he wants to infuse his chakra, but he doesn't know how to do this yet. So he just drew them out some rough sketches, and that's it. The context, so uh, Zelena will have to get, what happened. Well, she just like messages and such, and that was it. She has to wait a day or two for this. So yeah. So anyway, so let's just say, for simplicity's sake, the day goes normal. Like the whole entire happen. The same thing happens with basically the Kiba and Issei at the karaoke to find out who Azazel is, and then the next day when it's the time for the cult, Naruto's just there because Rias asked for him to be. As then, Issei tells her about about Azazel, and she's pissed, and Naruto just says, "Huh, how is he? Chill?" Hasn't Issei says, "Yeah, actually, he's pretty nice. I mean, he asked me if I have any friends and such. I told him about you a little bit and what you've been going through. I mean, man, how are you able to even handle all this stuff happen to you all at once?" He goes, you learn to not let the small stuff bother you." He goes like, "Small? If I found out I was a freaking overpowered being, I would have freaked out already." He goes, "Yeah, probably use your power for, well, if you were to hold you for whatever you wanted." He goes, True, true." So yeah, so basically that happens. Then basically the pool scene. Well, Naruto leaves, and the pool scene does happen, but not them cleaning up the pool and stuff is gonna happen soon. But soon, I mean, but basically what it is, Naruto goes back home. He just starts going back to some sketches, and then next Zex comes over with some basically people to have the Wi-Fi hooked up and materials, which actually Zelena yeah, Zolna. God, I'm messing up my words. I am not tired yet. It's already 3:31 in the morning. Hold on. Okay, as Zolna says, "Oh, Zex, they must go in contact with you then." And he nods. He goes like, "So, is everyone all right here?" As Zex asks, and she says, "Yes, we actually enjoy our time here. Naruto has been very, very kind to us. He has not, done anything bad. He's always trained us like family. So we're pretty happy." And no, Zex is happy. So basically, he just sees the area with the Wi-Fi, like the antenna for the Wi-Fi to go to, along with he saw it's a forge. He's pretty impressed with what Naruto's doing, and he goes, "Yeah, I still got some room here. So, if you guys ever want to come by, you can." And I was like, "Oh yeah, are you and mom and dad come by for open house?" As Zach says, "I wouldn't miss it for the world. Also, I technically am the principal, so." He goes, "True." And so he says, "I'm gonna go for a little walk. I'll be back." As everyone says bye, as Zek says he's gonna stay around and take a look at the place and what you've done. And Naruto says, "All right, just don't touch anything that's mine." He just laughs and he says he will. He's like, "I know, I don't mind." So yeah, so Naruto just grabs a hoodie, puts it on. Well, yeah, a hoodie, just puts it on and just starts walking out. And it's still like a black and orange one, but it just has a hood on it. And so while he's walking, he gets out of the area. He's going by the swimming area, which everything does happen to Issei. Well, the stuff that happened to Issei does happen, and he hears Issei just screaming and running out, and then his arm starting to change, and so Naruto says, "Hey Issei, you alright?" As he jumps over the fence, and Issei just says, "Yeah, my arm." It looks weird as Drake tells him about being near someone, a being of higher power than him. Way to do this, it doesn't power cancel out power, and this happens. As Naruto says, so what? It will happen to me too. As Drake says, no, you're different, and you're not at the same level as them. He was like, what? You mean I'm not strong? As Drake says, no, you're on a different level of a different being, so you're okay being around Issei. He goes, all right. And Naruto just kind of look at the arm and goes like, wait, yeah, I can help you. He goes, wait, what? He goes, yeah. I mean, chakra is just energy, power, you know. Maybe I can do something to it. Want to give me give it a shot? He goes, sure. I mean, it just bugs me. It's just bugging me now. He was like, yeah. Also, I don't want Akano to do what she does to get the power out. So yeah, as he just says, you knew about that the whole entire time. He was like, dude, I know. Jeez, I forget. I think I forgot. That's only because he gave up his left arm. But let's say it doesn't matter. It would have happened no matter what. So basically, Naruto puts his hand on, Issei's left arm, and he starts moving down all the way to like his fingertips, and all of a sudden Issei sees this energy coming off of his fingers and out of his arm, as Naruto just saying, "Whoa, this is a lot of power, man." Hey Drake, I didn't know you had this much power. As Drake just says, I am the Red Dragon. So, it does happen. He goes, yeah. And all of a sudden, Naruto does Winston pain. He says he was trying to take this slow. This may hurt because his hand is starting to hurt. As Issei says, "All right, do it." He goes, "All right, quick and easy." As he rips out the power. As Issei does Winston pain along with Naruto's hands starting to basically sizzle, like there is like smoke coming off his hand. As Naruto just says, "All right, now I just need to absorb it." As he starts to crushing the ball in between both of his hands. As Drake says, "What are you?" He was like, "This is the only way. If Akano can take your the energy out and use it for her own, why can't I?" As he starts to like crush it with both his hands. As the ball is starting to get smaller, smaller, and smaller, and then all of a sudden, and it's basically sizzled. Well, it basically smoked and it's nothing. It's not there no more. Naruto absorbed it. He was like, and he has a sweat going down his face. Like, whew, that was a lot of power I ripped out of you. Hold on. But yeah. So, Drake just says, "That is foolish of you, Naruto." And Murray also just, chimes in and goes like, "Don't tell my partner what's foolish and what's not, dragon." And as Drake says, "So the holy sword can talk." He was like, and so can an oversized lizard. And which Drake says, "I like you. I like you too, Drake." As in all of a sudden, Naruto's hand starts to like twitch and his fingers starting to move. He was like, "What the?" As Issei's even freaking out over this. As in, next Naruto's hand is starting to change. Let her say, Naruto's hand is starting to change like into the dragon, the balance breaker, but it's more of a thinner. Okay, let's just say this. It's like a not a latex, but say like you have a synthetic arm or a robotic arm, but it's more of like it looks like it still looks like an arm. Say like Metal Gear Revengeance Raiden's arm, and it's just a red, and it looks like it has like a little bit of armor of the Issei boosted gear. Issei's like gauntlet, but there's no crystal, and it's just looks like Naruto's arm, like basically, like its actual skin. Like it's like the hand, it looks like that, just like a glove, armor, nails can grow long and like become shorter. No crystal, and everything else is just black. And well, it's like his hand, a little bit of his arm, and then black. I mean, I have to shut off my light. No, I don't. But anyways, so as Issei goes, what the? He goes, like, I don't know how. As Naruto then realized it was like, oh crud. As Murama says, says this to him, he was like, it looks like you ripped off a piece of Drake out of, along with his power, from Issei to access power. As Naruto says, Drake, I'm sorry, I didn't try to, I swear. As he just starts laughing, he goes like, I know. Do not worry, Naruto, I believe you. Anyways, do you have like a piece of, like, since you have a piece of me in you, a skill of mine, do you think you have a consciousness version of me inside of you? As Naruto goes, I don't know, I can check. He goes, alright. As Naruto closes his eyes, tries to go to his mindscape, and he doesn't see no other dragon. Not until he hears the voice, he goes like, Naruto Uzumaki. I am Drake, the Red Dragon. He was like, hey, you're just a copy version of him, I know. But your power also corrupted the piece of Drake to make me my own person, which I thank you for that. The powers you have are different from Issei, Issei Hudo's, like boost Issei Hudo's, Red Dragon Emperor Gauntlet, than the boosted gear. So you can do much more than that. Much more than him. You can do exactly the same thing with transfer, but it's more like instead of transfer energy, you transfer knowledge and skills to each other, to someone, but you keep them too. You could also copy someone's powers, or techniques or magical abilities. Say the boost or the White Dragon Emperor's divine abilities. As Naruto just eyes wide, he was like, so I can take the White Dragon along with Issei's boosted power. Nice. He says, not take, copy. He goes like, oh yeah, sorry. I mean copy the powers. Nice. And he just laughs. As then Naruto opens up his eyes and he says, hold on. Alright, I'm back. Anyways, as when Issei opens up his eyes, he goes, alright, here's some good news. This is the same thing as your Issei's, but it's also different. So it's the same thing as your boosted gear, but it's totally different. It is corrupted. It's more like a corrupted version of the boosted gear. Which, Drake says, what? And Murama says, I can confirm with that. The power of the boosted gear is totally different. It is not boosts anyone's abilities. He goes like, no, I can copy and basically, well, share, or should I say, transfer over people's abilities or knowledge of the ability to others. And which, Kiba kind of already came out, and when I saw what Naruto did, was all freaking out. Everyone, came out too when Naruto was closing his eyes. As they see his hand, which Akano, Rias, and Kanako are, kind of freaking out over, like, they're, like, inside freaking out, but not showing it. As Naruto just says, hey, Kiba, can I see your holy devil sword? As Kiba says, oh, sure, here you go. As Naruto says, alright. As then they just hear, copy! And it sounds like Drake. As he says, it's a copy version of him. Well, more like a corrupted copy version of him. That I did because of my chakra. And it does say that is correct. I am the copy version of Drake. But you can call me corrupted version of him. As Naruto throws back the sword to Kiba, as then he just holds out his hand as his holy devil sword, as then all of a sudden it appears right into his hand. As he just says, huh, I wonder, do I have all of Kiva's skills? Like knowledge of the blades and such? As he says out loud, Drake 2 says yes. He goes, huh, so I can make this sword along with anyone others, but they won't be as strong the ones I'm making. Which Drake does agree along with Muramasa. And and so he says, Issei, hold out your gauntlet. He goes like, huh? Just do it. As Issei, activates his boosted gear. And then he says, and then Naruto puts his hand on the boosted gear and he says, transfer! As then he says, now, try it with your right hand. He goes, huh? Just try it. As in, he says, okay, and, hold out your right hand, and Naruto's explaining to him, and then he says, holy devil weapon. Wait, holy devil sword. As then all of a sudden, it appears right in Issei's hand, which everyone's in shock. Kiva's kind of mad, kind of a little bit salty over this, but at the same time, he's impressed. So, Naruto just says, alright, it looks like I can copy some things. I'm gonna have to learn this. So if you also want to excuse me, I'm gonna go. Also, I am not helping you guys. Naturally, no way. So Naruto just does one thing. He just fires a fireball jutsu, and then he just throws a fireball right into the water that was all dirty, which everyone thanked him. He, walks over to Rias, Kanako, and Akano, and just tell them, don't worry, I'm fine. Alright? I'm perfectly fine. They all just nod, and he gives them a kiss on the cheek, and then he flickers away. And so, he comes back home. He shows the arm to everyone along with Zex, and then he goes right to the forge. He basically he goes to his room. He draws the design. He goes up to the forge. He gets the people that he wants, and then they start working on it. Naruto is, practicing. He's trying to improve it, trying to get skills. Even though he did, no. Even though he's actually having the shadow clones work alongside him too. He's trying to get skills and knowledge how to do this right. And after a couple of hours of trying and making it, he can't do it right. He just says, I just have to try tomorrow. It's enough, let's let's end this today. And yeah. So, the next day, everything from the anime goes the same. Because it's the school. Yeah, no, it's the, open school. So, everything happens the same. Alright, but, the difference is, they still go to Issei's house, and they still have fun. But those are the thing with Asia, and Rias does not happen. Um, the whole entire they go to his house, and he does tell Zex does tell Rias to open up the door that's locked, to let out somebody, and the other bishop, the other chess piece that she has. So she agrees to it, and Naruto's not there. But so Naruto has just been forging nonstop. Zex was already told that he wasn't. He already told Zex he wasn't gonna be there. So yeah. So Naruto isn't just been forging the swords. It took him about a whole many tries just to try forge a sword right, but he got the hang of it. He has forged his ice sword, and then after a couple of hours later, he has forged a fire sword. Even and Muramasa tells him he's going to need to train his body and mind properly. To use the ways of the samurai, the ways of the sword. And so Naruto asks everyone if they could help him train, and they do not mind. So they do this, and well, everything happens the same until yeah. The only difference is though. Naruto comes over, and when Folly was, me and Naruto was meeting Issei, Naruto was there. And then Naruto just tells him, he was like, so, you're the White Dragon Emperor. You smell totally different than what you would, what you was seeing. As he was, what? He was like, yeah. You smell like pure, utter boredom and weakness. Sorry, but I got no time for someone like you. As Naruto, just tells Issei to move. As he gets a little bit mad, as then all of a sudden, Naruto just holds a finger as it grows long, as then a little ball is starting to appear on it. He goes, so, you want to choose death? Come and attack me. I dare you. As he can finally feels this bloodlust and killer intent come off of Naruto as he backs away a little bit. Because that's what I thought. As they walk away, okay, this is an hour long. I think I go a little bit longer. Yeah, I wanted to finish season 2. So, so basically, that day, the meeting's happening. Naruto makes a bunch of some shadow clones to help out, Kaneko and keep her safe. And he meets Gaster. Wait, hold on. Let me double check. Okay, I messed up. I said Gaster. I meant Gasper. And he goes, so, it's been a while, huh? As Gasper says, Naruto, you look different. Yeah, I'm not a chess piece, so, but it's good to see that you're alright. As he rubs, Gasper's head, which Issei is shocked. He goes like, oh, yeah, did you and Issei come up with a combination attack? As they go, yeah, we did. It's where I use my ability to stop time, and Issei uses his dragon shots to hit them. Along, having them in multiple different areas, though, and then when he throws his fist to the ground, they all collide into one area. As he goes, nice. He goes, yeah. He goes, what about you? He was like, I gain more power, and I made my own weapons. I'm able to use something called chakra. Also, I'm dating Rias, Akano, and Kaneko, so, as he goes, wow, Naruto, you're so cool. As Issei thinks, there goes my thunder. And he goes, and then Naruto says, but Issei's cooler. And he goes, yeah, that is true. Which Issei thinks to himself, Naruto, you're the best buddy anyone could have. So after that, um, oh God, I'm worried about my recordings getting cut out. So I am gonna have to end it pretty soon. So let's just. So if it goes out, I do hope you guys all have a nice day, night, wherever you guys are, and all that. But we're gonna keep going. So yeah. But anyways, so as Naruto and everyone gets to the room, he sees the. Oh, hold on. He sees Seraphil. As Seraphil sees Naruto. She goes, Naruto? He goes, sup? Have you been? Oh yeah, I forgot about the sculpture. Like he did attend school that day, like for the open house, and the sculpture Naruto made was basically a miniature version of the Nine Tails. But yeah, everyone was impressed by it. But anyways, she's like surprised to see Naruto. Naruto sees Azazel, Michael. Issei did get like the Dragon Slayer sword. Um, um, a menace. Whatever. I'm just calling it Dragon Slayer sword for now. But yeah, so everything's going similar. But then Azazel says, "So you're Naruto Uzumaki. I heard you gave Kokobel a run for his money, huh?" He goes, "Yeah, I was holding back too. I couldn't even go all out because I had some people in my way, in which I was worried about I was gonna hurt." He goes, "Oh, so could you have killed Kokobel without anyone's help?" He goes, most likely. The guy was weak anyways. He goes, "Huh, I'd like to see you fight him then." He goes, "No problem." Hmm. But so everything's going similar to canon, and yeah. And then I'm just gonna leave it off. Like everything goes similar to canon. They start talking, about to have peace, but then the whole entire no. So the whole entire thing will not happen. The attack does happen, but it's a lot different this time. And yeah, this is where I'm gonna have to end it off because I need to get some sleep. It's almost 4 o'clock, so I need some sleep, everyone. And yeah, I hope you guys all have a nice day, night, wherever you guys are. Stay safe. All right, bye, everyone.